It's Barry Lyman. I'm so happy to be here with you. Wow, there was plenty of tech to take care of to go live with you. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. I'm just going to tag everyone so that people can join us. I hope you had a wonderful July 4th weekend for those of you in the United States. I hope it was kind of freeing for you. And today, I want to talk to you about real freedom to find good love. And while people are joining, just want to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Bari Lyman. I'm the creator of Meet to Marry, Get Unstuck in Love. It's a transformational dating method that has helped 1,000 singles or more to get unstuck in love, break through unconscious dating and relationship patterns, and summon their soulmate. And that's really what this is about. And so as we're talking about freedom, I would love for you to put in the chat any questions or any comments that you might have. And behind me is our wall of love. And it's the place where we all want to get to. All our clients are so excited to be on our wall of love, because what we do is we teach you how to get out of your own way and really step into something that you can't even imagine. Okay, something really wonderful, which is about conscious love. And as we begin speaking about conscious love, I want you to know that I struggled for a long time attracting the wrong people. So who here is really tired of that, attracting the wrong people? And have you ever asked yourself, why do I consistently find myself attracting emotionally unavailable people? Whoever asks themselves that question, I know I did. And when you're in that cycle, oh yeah, it is really frustrating. And I know that if you're here with me today, that you are a high achiever and that you're a good person and that you're super well intentioned and you're going out there to find love, but it's not working. So who here who's with me now has asked this question: why do I attract emotionally unavailable dates? Now, most of you are women, but this also applies to men. So if you're here with me, why do you think that is? Why do you think that you attract what you do not want? That's the question. So people typically say, oh, it's really hard to meet high quality men. Okay, and the men say, oh, the women I meet, they don't see me, they just use me. And we all really suffer when we're in this pattern. And sadly, this pattern can go on for forever until we break out of it. So that's what we're talking about today. I want you to know there is a reason, there really is a reason that is different than what you think about why this happens. And it's going to be really surprising to you. So who's ready for the big reveal and a big surprise? Because what I want you to know is that, you know, what you want is really possible. I need you guys to have a really open mind about this conversation, because what we do here is we're not doing fluff. We're not learning superficial things or how to flirt or how to get inside the minds of men. Nope. We go to the foundation of what it takes to create something really amazing and special. Okay. So who's willing to have a really open mind about this conversation? Put in the chat if you are. Wonderful. That is wonderful. I am so proud of you for being so open. That is great. Okay, so when we embark on this journey, much like I had, much like all the people on my wall of love, you feel like uh, what you want doesn't exist, right? Can you relate to that? And but here's the thing: when you focus on what you don't want, then what do you think happens? You focus on, I don't want to meet, I don't want emotionally unavailable. I don't like online dating. I don't like um I don't want to do it that way, right? And then you focus on, well, uh maybe I don't even want it or need love, right? I have a good life the way it is. So you ever say that? So I want you to know that we're going to reveal tonight, like the real truth about it, why we can go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, even 60 years stuck in a pattern. And so I want you to know that, again, I was stuck in that pattern myself, and I didn't know why. And I was a high achiever. I was an entrepreneur and a coach, and I love creating and building and planning, right? When it came to my love life, ooh, many of you know my story that I started my self-awareness journey at 12 years old. My father was bipolar. I had quite a bit of trauma. Healthy love was not modeled for me. And I dated emotionally unavailable men. The first one was so handsome, so charming, but under the surface, beyond the charm, was a person that was quite addicted. And when people are addicted, it means they don't have really much to give in terms of empathy. They're mostly emotionally unavailable. That's what emotionally unavailable means. It means that they're not present to you. They don't have that ability to connect, to give, to show up in the way that human beings really need. So when we date, kind of in this pattern, we just keep attracting what we don't want, because there's an expression: what we resist persists. Okay, so I want to really bring that home. And I personally kept doing this thing that I call mystery dating. And mystery dating is when you literally don't even know what you're doing or what you're attracting, and it's kind of random, and it just keeps happening. So the question is, uh, why does it keep happening? You see, I dated based on chemical attraction. So if you're just joining us, we're talking about, why do we date emotionally unavailable people? Why do we marry people who are emotionally unavailable? Why do we get divorced and then meet the same wrong person? So mostly it becomes with the way we're choosing is we're choosing non-starters, and there's something. We look for chemical attraction. We look at, did I have a good time? Right? We're not really revealing so much in the beginning. I mean, who remembers? I remember when I was mystery dating. Oh my God. It was like this like chemical thing. And I would get like a text from someone, and you know what it would say? Hey, hey. And it would be like, oh my God, wow, I got a little bit of attention. Right. So that points to, I thought I had high standards, but when a man is like, hey, what's up? Right? Or after a date, like, oh, I'll get back with you, or let's see what happens. Right? All of those things are show us the emotionally unavailable, and then we kind of want to change it and get into the root of it and understand the person, and the focus is on trying to change them. Can you relate to that? And the truth is, it's painful, it's punishing, and we get into this cycle of staying in relationships like that, and they continue because there's really no future, there's no real commitment. Even if the person says there's a commitment, you know in your gut that something is up, right? And all the time that I was mystery dating, attracting the next one who was emotionally unavailable or narcissistic, I kept doing it. I kept going back for more and more punishment. And all those years, I was working on myself. I was doing therapy, energy healing, Tony Robbins, landmark education, all those things. And so what happens? You feel like, well, it can't be me. The reason I attract emotionally unavailable people and it never works out, it can't be me. It has to be them. And then you start to focus on, wow, I'm not doing that anymore. And you start to focus on emotionally unavailable and why people are narcissistic, and you get divorced. You're like, you start to study narcissistic personality disorder, right? Who's ever done that? How many of you have gotten out of a bad relationship and you feel so free and so liberated that you want to help other people to do that? And it's great. Like, I'm going to help people and change the world, right? But here's the problem with that. It's great to get out of bad situations, but the problem is, at the root, it's never really handled. That is the problem. And when it comes to high achievers, we want to look good. We want to look good. We want to solve problems. And then the focus becomes, I don't, I see those red flags really quickly, right? Who can relate to that? You date with your red flag radar on, right? Can you relate to red flag radar, right? So red flag radar is when you see it, you're like, I see the red flag, and I'm gonna get out of it really fast, faster and faster and faster. The problem is that now you're still attracting the same wrong people because we haven't really gotten to the root of it. And I'm getting to the reveal really soon, in just a moment. So that's one level. You're still attracting what you don't want. Emotionally unavailable, narcissist, and you get away from them. You're so proud, so proud. But when you're saying things like, I'd rather be alone than in another red flag, emotionally unavailable relationship. And I was there, I get how painful these relationships are. You could be with someone, you still feel alone, you still feel abandoned. But the problem with it is that we never get to the root of it. We never get to the root of it. You're saying, I don't want this and I don't want that. And so in other areas of your life, you're a high achiever, right? You have goals, you approach things from a place of strategy and strategic thinking, right? In other areas of your life. Uh, don't you see that you plan your career, your kids, summer vacations, right? You plan your weekends, you plan your dreams, your goals, right? But when it comes to love, unfortunately, most people just don't have access to it. So it's like, I'm never going to be in another bad relationship, but yet you're trying, you're dating, because it gets lonely. So you're in this cycle of I'd rather be alone, but you're trying and you're still mystery dating. So let's change that. So who's ready to be a strategic thinker when it comes to your love life? I know I damn sure was ready for that, because if not, you just keep attracting what you don't want and you're in this cycle and you're still alone. The real reason we attract and continue to attract wrong people, emotionally unavailable people, is because deep down, you ready for this? Who's ready? Who's ready to really find out? Deep down, we are still unconsciously attracting people from a place of hidden unworthiness, not feeling worthy. Now, right away, you're probably thinking, oh, Bari, you're crazy. I know I'm worthy. Then why are we alone? Why are you still alone after all these years? And why do you attract people who abandon you, dump you, say one thing and do another, that ghost you, that are beneath, that don't earn the kinds of money that you need, that you really want, that don't see you, that are not leaders? Why do you think that is? The reason is that there is still unresolved trauma. There is still a part of you that is disconnected from what beautiful, good love is. And I call that conscious love. And you're disconnected from what it really means to receive. Who here recognizes that you're givers? You give to your children, you give to your communities, you give at work. You're always giving, you give to your friends. And you know what? When we don't embody worthiness at the level that I'm talking about, and remember, what I specialize in is removing these unconscious blocks quickly, because guess what? The blocks are there. Because there's an incongruence when you're a high achiever, beautiful, handsome, smart, everything else works, but you don't have the sweet, good love that you want. Okay. So where is this then? If I've been to therapy and I've done all this work, then why are you saying that I still feel unworthy? Well, our unworthiness comes from our understanding of love, of the modeling that we had. And guess what? Once we've been disappointed or hurt, even once, it goes way back. Once this happens, we literally put up walls. We have trust issues. We have, I don't need it and I don't want it. But of course you do. How do I know that? Because you're here, because you're not willing to give up. And most people do think that these things are handled, but in my experience of living this myself and helping, more than 1,000 people over 15 years, is that you have an understanding of uh, of of worthiness, or you might say I'm spiritual. It's from the neck up. It's just an intellectual understanding. You understand the past because you've written about it, because you talked in therapy about it, because you may have journaled about it. But, and what we know intellectually, guess what? Makes absolutely no difference. I'll say it again. What we know intellectually makes absolutely no difference. So if we want to make the changes, right, then we move out of the intellectual understanding of the past and we change it by getting into an embodiment. Okay. And so the real reason we attract and we keep attracting emotionally unavailable people is us. And when I learned that, I felt like so empowered. I didn't feel bad. I felt empowered because if there was no one out there with dating, or I needed to come from a different background, or I needed to move. You see, we all deserve healthy love as human beings. And when we focus on problem solving and strategic thinking, for other people to do, or it's outside of ourselves, or there's no men, or it's not possible, then we're in a paradigm that is really disempowering and not taking ownership, and we're not being creators. And then we say, I don't want this, and I don't want that, and I don't want that. It's not important. What we resist persists. And you know what we get when we resist our true need for conscious love, of partnership? We get more of what we don't want. So I want to help you to not be a red flag dodger, wasting your time in ineffective dating, and instead getting into a space of reason and strategic thinking and future focused mindset, and getting into a whole new reality where you are a creator. And once you become a creator of something this important, what do you think happens? Right? Well, if you guessed that everything gets better, then you'd be right. Then you're shifting out of this intellectual, looking good. I have to be perfect. I have to earn love, right? I don't share in the beginning because I might get hurt. And then we have walls and trust issues, and we're guarded, and we have heart armor. Is that the energy of love, do you think? Is that the energy of receiving? No. So here's part 2 of the big reveal. Are you ready for the real reason and what's really happening? Why you can be stuck in a pattern forever until it's interrupted? Well, here goes. The truth is that your soulmate is healthier than you. That's right. Your soulmate is already healthy, wanting to be with a soulmate, wanting to give, is already there, is capable, is dreaming of a connected life with his or her partner. So imagine that your person, and many of you have heard me share this, who's excited about it, that your person is waiting for you on the other side of your comfort zone, because your person is ready, is open, is a secure attachment style, is excited to dream and build with a real partner. That's your soulmate. But you're over here, like I said a moment ago, trust issues, fear, it's not that important, I have a great life, all those things that you're saying, that guess what? Are actually repelling to love. They're repelling the thing that you want because you don't really yet have an understanding of it. Isn't that powerful? Who is watching this recording and feels like really excited and open to removing your barriers, not working on yourself endlessly, not fixing yourself, but understanding, oh my God, if I exist, then my soulmate exists. Isn't that yummy and wonderful? I hope you feel excited and inspired about it. Maybe like a tingly feeling like, oh, wow, that does make sense, right? Exciting, right? So we need to understand that instead of saying, well, it's not me, it's the men, it's this, it's that, it doesn't exist, it's too late for me, I don't care, it's not meant for me. It is. It is. So that's a fact that your soulmate is more ready than you, and all we have to do is shift, remove, change, open up, and get into a congruence and an alignment, head and heart, where you are really ready. Okay. So, what I want you to know is that there's nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong. This is so human. This is a blind spot. This is a blind spot. I had the blind spot. I didn't know what I didn't know, and you don't know what you don't know. So, who is open and ready to get to admit? Because the first step is to admit, oh, wow, I didn't know that. Right? I realize, wow, maybe there are things that I don't know, that if I have fear and trust issues and armor, then I'm the one who's not emotionally available. How do you like that? I'm the one who's not. Number two is you didn't learn ever how to receive good love, where you can just let your hair down, where you could just receive, where it's easy. Most people think love is so hard, and it's so much hard work, and any two people can be right for each other, and nothing could be further from the truth. Isn't that great? Right? So we want to realize that there are things that I don't know about strategic thinking. There are things I don't know about receiving. I have been guarded, even though I do yoga and I meditate and I talk in therapy and I've done EMDR. It doesn't matter. If you're not receiving good, sweet, healthy love with a partner, then we can change it. And I want you to know again that admitting, like, wow, not the problem in a good way, meaning that I can't change the outside world, but I could definitely expand my awareness. I can definitely open up. I can definitely learn how to trust. I can definitely learn new skills and language that will get me in alignment with my soulmate. Because again, your soulmate exists on the other side of your comfort zone. Okay. On the other side of guardedness and trust issues and limited beliefs and blind spots. Okay. So who's ready to do that? Right. So if you're watching this recording, I want you to say, I am. I'm ready. Because this is a skill that is totally learnable. Strategy, strategic thinking, getting into the future, coming back to today, having steps and skills and action items that literally change everything. Isn't that fun? So if you're ready to learn, put in the chat, I'm ready to learn. And after all, I want to really enroll you in the fact that all the things that you've learned and how you became a strategic thinker, a professional, a high achiever, an entrepreneur, right? A really great parent. You learned through watching, you learned through modeling, right? You learned because someone taught you. But often in our childhoods, the things that we're taught are not things that our parents are able to teach, right? With a 50% divorce rate. And just because people are married a very long time doesn't mean it's so healthy. So the mindset is, yes, I'm ready to be coachable. I'm ready to be vulnerable. I'm ready to be open to open my heart and learn how to trust. And to say, oh, wow, it's just something I never learned, but I'm excited to learn. So how does this feel to you guys? Does it feel exciting? Does it feel uncomfortable? Does it feel scary? What does it feel like? Because I want you to know, put in the chat, like the emotions that are coming up. Because I want you to know that, everyone, in our programs that have done this work with us really felt that way. It felt like tender. It felt new. It felt uncomfortable. So it's human and it's very normal and natural to feel this way. So if learning how to make these changes is something that you're interested in, then gosh, that's something that we can do. And I would love to chat with you for 15 minutes and look at your dreams and goals and what is the thing getting in your way. And then if it makes sense, then we can fix it. We have numerous ways of working together. We have a clear path to true healthy love. We have something called You Are the One. We have something called Bye Bye Blind Spots. Wherever you are, that is where we meet you. And so I really want to acknowledge you for being so open to this conversation because I want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate you and your dreams and your humanity and your willingness to open up and stretch into the greatest love possible. Because, like I said before, your soulmate exists because you exist. And the things that we look for when we're trying to find our soulmate, once you learn what those things are beyond like a checklist, it's like amazing and it's eye opening. It is fabulous. And it flows like a river and you deserve it. So if you're interested in learning how or just having a conversation, then book your call, meettomarry.com/clarity session. We'll put the link in the chat for you. And again, thank you so much for joining. It's been a wee bit of time. We have a special workshop coming up. It's going to be a free virtual retreat. Save the date on July 28th on a Sunday. And again, if you enjoyed this and you have questions, feel free to reach out and join us every week. This came about because these are the questions that people ask. And the fact is, again, your soulmate exists. It's a learnable skill. And we're really excited, me and my team, to get to know you. And we have many resources for you. So with that, feel free to post your questions and we will see you next week with another training for you. And if you like it, please like it, invite your friends, and we'll see you really soon. Bye, guys.